Aloha, this is Heidi at Easy Peasy. I'm going to share my natural newborn cloth diaper stash for my third baby, expected very soon. This will be my third time cloth diapering and practicing elimination communication from the newborn phase, and my second time using wool diaper covers from birth. As a quick overview, my stash contains covers, which are mostly wool, prefolds, flats, fitted cloth diapers, and a few all-in-ones. I tried to stick mostly to natural fibers, so most of the absorbency in my stash is cotton or a cotton hemp blend. Let's start with the diaper covers. I have 6 wool diaper covers. 4 of them are wrap style, so they wrap around the baby and secure with either hook and loop or snaps, and 2 of them are pull-on style wool diaper covers. I also have 2 polyester diaper covers as well. First up, this is a wrap style wool diaper cover from Balm that closes with hook and loop. It's one of the shortest rise diaper covers in my stash. Super cute. I think this will be a great one to use right away. Over the years, I've gone back and forth on whether or not I like hook and loop. I loved the Velcro closure on G diapers, but then I really switched mostly over to snap diapers, and I figured I'm gonna give hook and loop one more try with this. I think it might make diaper changes with a newborn really easy. Just a simple interlock wool cover, and this is actually referred to as size extra small, so if you're looking for the newborn size, it'd be listed on the Cotton Babies website as size extra small. For a size comparison, this is one of my other smallest wool diaper covers in my stash. This is a Potty wool diaper cover. It's super trim, so a lot less bulky than the Balm cover. I believe that these Potty diaper covers are made with a woven wool fabric, which is why they're able to be so much thinner. This one has one set for a snap down rise, and I believe that with it snapped down like this, it should be able to fit under the umbilical cord, but we'll be finding out pretty soon. I'm super excited to try these Potty wool diaper covers. I've heard great things about them, so I ended up ordering them in newborn size. I have one in mini one size, and I have a couple in one size as well. So I'll be able to share how I like these in all the various sizes. They're made in Poland, and you can either order directly from their website. Shipping to the United States was only about $5, or also I ordered most of the covers through Panolino Bambino, which is an online cloth diaper and zero waste store here in the USA. So this is snap closure. Again, it's a super trim, super thin wool cover. Since it has the snaps, it's a lot more similar to polyester covers that more people are familiar with. But I will need to lanolize this before I use it. Up next, again for size comparison here, this has a bit higher rise. It's a Lovey Bums. This particular one is a Lovey Bums in 1. Thank you, Lovey Bums, for giving this to me to include it in my natural cloth diapering class. So this one comes with a snap-in insert, but you can also use it without those inserts with any other absorbency underneath, just as a cover. So this has the snap closure. With my second baby, I used Lovey Bums in 1, but with the hook and loop closure. So I'm interested to compare the snap closure this time. So right here is the organic cotton snap-in diaper that can go inside it. Last time around when I used these, they were kind of big around my daughter's leg at first, and so pee was leaking out. Eventually, when she grew a bit, I liked using the cover part over my fitted diapers, so we'll see this time. I really do like the concept of all-in-2 cloth diapers where you can snap in an insert, but we'll see if the insert ends up working out with my third baby, or possibly I'll just be using this as another wool cover. This particular one is made out of wool crepe, so it's a very thin, airy, lightweight wool. It's not as bulletproof maybe or thick as interlock wool. This next wool diaper cover was my favorite with my daughter, my second baby. She was able to fit in this newborn size from birth, and it was the only newborn cloth diaper in her stash that fit her from birth. She was born at 5 pounds, 13 ounces, and she was too small for most of her newborn diapers. So I loved this Baby Greens Classic side snapping wool cover because it actually fit around her teeny tiny little legs. So there's also a size small, and the sizing kind of overlaps in the newborn or the small. If you think you're going to have a baby who's a little bit bigger, you might be able to go straight into size small. For me, since my babies tend to be on the small size, I'm going to start with newborn and then probably skip over size small and go straight on to medium. This interlock wool. I really like this side snapping design. It gives a nice smooth front to it. When you're holding your baby, it's really comfortable against you. So you can adjust it a bit here. This cover fits really trim, so I found that it was great for tri-folding Prefolds inside. For a size comparison, this one has a bit higher rise and it's a bit thinner or trimmer than the Bum Genius one. Since this did come up and cover the umbilical cord, what I did with my daughter is I just snapped the waist setting a little bit looser and then the leg setting tight enough to fit around her skinny legs. And it's okay if wool goes over the umbilical cord stump since it is breathable. This will be my first time trying a Desana knit wool diaper cover. I believe Desana lists this size as being 3 to 6 months, but on the Green Mountain Diapers website, Karen recommends this as fitting more like a 0 to 3. They do now have one smaller size than this that only comes in this natural color that Desana classifies as the 0 to 3 or the newborn size. But this one looks like it'll fit well over the fitted diapers I have. So I'm just going to stick with this size even though there is one smaller size available than this. Again, for comparison, this is a lot more fuller coverage style soaker than something like this tiny little Bum Genius one. And this I'll just be pulling onto baby. I also have one pair of newborn slims from Truly Caris. So these can be worn as a pair of pants. I plan to pair them over fitted diapers for times when it might be a little cooler. Maybe we'll be going to the doctor's office for an appointment and there's going to be air conditioning. If I want something to keep my baby a little bit warm, this way these can function both as a nice snuggly pair of pants and as the waterproof diaper cover. Once I've gotten a chance to try these all with my third baby, I'm planning to do a comparison review of all these different styles of newborn wool diaper covers. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. I also have 2 wool diaper belts. I plan to pair these along with the Prefolds for times when I want my baby to go coverless at home. This one is merino wool from Baby Greens. I ordered it directly from the Baby Greens website. And this one is also wool and it's from Naturally Diaper Free on Etsy. This one looks like it'll fit a little bit wider waist than the Baby Greens one. I also have in here a wool potty cozy, and this one is made specifically to fit around the insert from a Baby Bjorn potty. I have the Baby Bjorn Smart Potty, and I might be using this as one of the potties with my baby when they're newborn. So sometimes a plastic potty can feel a little bit cold or hard to the baby. By adding a potty cozy, it just makes it a bit more comfortable for them. I'll be keeping this right beside my bed, and after we use it, I can put it into the full potty so I don't have to worry about it spilling. Now I have 2 polyester covers. These are both the Cloth-eez wrap covers, which are made by Green Mountain Diapers. This one's a size 0. I really like this one because it has 2 options for umbilical cord snap down, so this can fit a really teeny tiny baby. I think this would have been great with my daughter who was super small at birth. I'm excited to give it a try this time around. I also have the Cloth-eez wrap cover in size 1. This is also somewhat adjustable with this rise setting, and then you can bring in separately the waist or the leg setting snaps. This one though doesn't have that umbilical cord snap down. I don't know, for some people they said they've been able to use this for birth. I think it really just depends on your baby's proportions. Now let's move on to the absorbency that I'll be using. My goal was to have at least 42 diaper changes because for my previous 2 babies, I went through an average about 20 cloth diapers per day. That's because I like to change as soon as their diaper is wet. So instead of leaving them in a diaper for 2 hours and then changing it, I often use the diapers without a cover over so I can see as soon as they peed and change it right away. So that could be every 20 minutes. In the morning they might go through a phase of peeing every 10 minutes or so. Just whenever it's wet, I like to have enough diapers available to change it right away. My top choice for the newborn phase is Prefolds. So So I got a dozen of the newborn size organic cotton Cloth-eez Prefolds from Green Mountain Diapers. I think I also have an extra in here from when Green Mountain Diapers had sent me some diapers to use for my natural cloth diapering class, so maybe I actually have 13. What I like about Prefolds is they're so versatile, so I plan to use these a few different ways. I can lay one on top of a lanolized wool puddle pad and have my baby lay on top of that for diaper-free observation time. Or if I want a little bit more coverage, I can add the diaper belt to hold it onto my baby. I'll also be using these tri-folded and just laying inside the diaper covers. I may from time to time fasten it around my baby with a snappy. Maybe if we're going out somewhere like the doctor's office and I want to know it's a little bit more secure, or to take a picture, but I probably won't very often be fastening them on. I'll probably just tri-fold them because that allows for a lot easier, quicker diaper changes. Now I would have gone with almost all Prefolds in my stash, but where we're living currently, we have a compact, front-loading, high-efficiency washing machine and also a high-efficiency dryer, which doesn't do a very good job of drying. So I wanted to make sure to have some flat cloth diapers in my stash because flats are the easiest to wash and dry. So I also went ahead and got 1 dozen of the newborn size muslin flats from Green Mountain Diapers. So these are about half as big as the regular one size flats, but since we practice EC and we changed the diaper right away, I think they should be plenty absorbency. I'm planning just to pad fold these, so a simple rectangular fold to start it out in. There are a ton of other fancy folds that you can search online for flat diaper folds if you want to secure it around your baby with pins or snappy, but for me, I'm going for the quickest, easiest diaper changes possible, so I'll just be pad folding. I wanted to make sure that I had some cloth diapers that would fit in my smallest covers. So for example, the Bum Genius wool cover and this itty bitty Poppy wool cover. So I made a few flats myself. I made 6 newborn half flats out of organic cotton interlock fabric, and all I did was measured it out, cut it out with fabric scissors, and that's it. I didn't finish the edges or anything. I've already finished washing and prepping them, and they haven't frayed or anything. They should be fine. So I'm just going to pad fold these up as well. And for those newborn itty bitty days when we just start out cloth diapering, I'll know I at least have something that can fit into these smallest covers that I have. So with the dozen muslin flats and the 6 homemade ones, that makes 18 flats. Next up, I have 6 fitted cloth diapers. With my second baby, I went with almost all fitted diapers. I used the Cloth-eez Workhorse fitted diapers in the newborn size with her, and she was so teeny tiny that these started out big on her. She did grow into them and they ended up working, but this time around I wanted to try more of a variety of different fitted diapers to see which ones fit on my particular baby. And I'm going to be doing a comparison review of these various newborn fitted diapers, so subscribe if you're interested in that. So I have this one newborn size Workhorse. Even smaller than that, I have this baby greens fitted diaper that's a combination of cotton and hemp. You can also get them in 100% cotton. This one has a snap down rise, which I'm excited about. When I used the Workhorse fitted diapers with my daughter, I had the no closure version, and I just folded down the front and then secured it with a snappy. I'm not sure if that'll work as well to try to fold it down with the snap version to fit under the umbilical cord stump. We'll see. But this one might be my baby's first diaper because it is so teeny tiny. The baby greens. And it has this extra insert inside, so at first if you don't need that, you can start out without the insert for a super trim little bitty diaper. I have one Lulu Dew in the smallest size. I think they call this size 1, but the newborn size, it does have one snap down rise, so supposedly this is supposed to fit under the stump. We'll see if it does on my baby. Snap closure. This is a super thick fitted diaper. I believe it's 8 layers of cotton velour, so it's probably a lot more absorbency than we need, but it's nice and soft. It's similar size to the newborn Workhorse. Up next, I have one of the newborn small Lovey Bums fitted diapers in the organic cotton velour. I used the size large on my daughter when she was a toddler, and I really liked them. I am a huge fan of organic cotton velour. I think it's just so soft and comfortable. This one doesn't have any kind of snap down, and it's a bit higher rise than some of the other ones, so I'm guessing this is not something we'll be able to use right away, but probably once the stump falls off. I got the snap closure. They also offer Applix hook and loop closure, but after having tried both, I do prefer the snaps instead. It is this extra soaker part that snaps in as well, so for quicker washing and drying, you can take that out. I have one homemade fitted diaper that I made myself out of organic cotton French terry. I made this for my video on how to sew cloth diapers, so if you're interested in sewing your own, you can go ahead and watch that. This one is a similar style to the Baby Green's side snapping wool cover, so if you're wanting to make your own wool covers, perhaps upcycling old wool sweaters, this pattern, even though it's meant for a fitted diaper, might be great to use as a diaper cover pattern. Closes with snaps, and then it has 2 tongues of absorbency inside. I also have one assembly baby fitted diaper in the smallest size. This is not classified exactly as a newborn diaper. It doesn't have any umbilical cord snap down, so I'm not sure again with this one if it'll fit from birth, but maybe once the stump falls off. I believe it's meant to fit from 7 pounds. Snap closure. And then this inside is just kind of butterflied in here. I have a few odds and ends in this basket. I have a couple of the cotton hemp doublers from Green Mountain Diapers. I'm planning to try using 2 of those at once inside a diaper cover and see if, since we practice EC and change the diaper right away, if just 2 of those doublers might be enough. I also have an insert that I made myself. One wool diaper liner, so I'm planning not to lanolize this and try using it inside a diaper just against my baby's skin, like for a nighttime diaper, as a stay dry liner. That's a good alternative if you don't want to use a polyester stay dry liner. This is the insert out of the Baby Green's one size fitted diaper that they say you can use as a newborn diaper. I'm a bit skeptical, but again, I might try it out just to experiment. And a snap-in insert for my Lovey Bums in one. I also have in here some Mother Love diaper balm. I like that this one comes in a glass jar. I've also used Earth Mama Angel Baby diaper balm in the past, and that one's another good one with natural ingredients as well. But I think theirs comes in a plastic container. The final type of diapers I will be using is some newborn all-in-ones. I've cloth diapered 2 babies, but so far I haven't really tried all-in-one cloth diapers, so I'm excited to give them a go this time around. I also have some random other prefolds and flats here. I made some prefolds for my video on sewing cloth diapers. Knowing that babies come in all shapes and sizes, I wanted to try out a few different brands of newborn all-in-one diapers. These do have the synthetic polyester waterproof layer on the outside, but inside all these all-in-ones I have to show you are natural fibers. The teeny tiniest newborn all-in-ones that I have are from Smart Bottoms. These ones look like they'll be great if my 3rd baby ends up being small like my 2nd baby was, because these ones tend to run super small. So that's what a lot of people complain about, their babies outgrow them fast. But for an all-in-one, I'm looking for something that's going to fit right away from birth and that's going to make convenient diaper changes at night. So I'm okay having a couple in my stash that fit right away but are outgrown pretty quickly. These have an umbilical cord dip on them, which is great. They also have multiple rise settings so they can get really small. And the waist could come in a little bit more here as well. It's got a waist and a leg hole setting, so these can get really tiny. On the inside they have cotton and cotton hemp blend with the one tongue inside. I think on the smallest rise setting you'd have to kind of fold that in to even fit inside the diaper. The next one that I think could get the smallest is this hook and loop closure Thirsties natural all-in-one. So I got the natural version, which means the absorbency inside is natural. I'm going to try one with the hook and loop, and it does have this one set of rise snaps. So I'm wondering with that snap down if it might sit under the umbilical cord. I won't know for sure until I give it a try. Just have to be careful with washing to make sure I close little laundry tabs It's got the 2 tongues of absorbency. I think this could be a really nice, easy option for night. And at nighttime, I do change my babies each time they wake up to nurse. They tend to nurse and pee. So I offer the potty, change the diaper, so I don't need something super absorbent at night. I just need something easy to take off, easy to put on. Then I have one of the Cloth-eez Natural Newborn All-in-One in the snap version, and I like that this one does have the umbilical cord snap down. It also has one rise setting there, and the 2 tongues of absorbency as well. So I thought it would be nice to be able to compare on the Cloth-eez between the hook and loop and the snap version. I also have 2 of the blueberry diapers all-in-ones. I wished I had these with my daughter, but now that I see them, I think they would have been a bit too big around her legs, just like her other newborn diapers were. These are the rolled elastic. The smart bottoms were too, so I'm gonna have to make sure it's rolled in there, none of the absorbency sticking out. These only come in snap closure. They do have an umbilical cord snap down. I'm really hoping to be able to use all-in-ones right away, so I was looking for ones that'll work with the stump. Inside it looks kind of like an organic cotton Prefolds material. There's a tongue that comes out, and then since this is a pocket, you could easily boost it, add some extra absorbency in there. For instance, one of these hemp doublers I showed before would easily fit inside that pocket if you do need more absorbency, like at night. Now for wipes, I'm actually storing them in a little lunch box, so later once baby's eating, I can use this as their snack lunch box, but for now it's my wipes box. I got a whole bunch of the Ozo Cozy organic cotton flannel wipes. I use these with my daughter. She's still actually using them now as a toddler to pat dry after she uses the potty. And I just really like something super thin like this. We often catch most of the poop in the potty, so cleanup is usually just cleaning pee off baby or cleaning a little bit of poop off baby, so I like a thin wipe. Flannel works really well for us. These can be purchased on Amazon, and I'll leave links to all these different products in the description box below the video. Last time around, I didn't get quite enough wipes. This time around, I'm starting out with 5 packs of 12, so 60 wipes. We'll see if that's enough. I also wanted to show you my wool changing pad. So for changing baby's diaper, I'll be using this Baby Greens wool changing pad and then layering on top of it either a piece of fabric like I have here, or I can also layer a Prefold on top. I have some random individual Prefolds in different sizes that I can use on top of the wool pad. So I'll just be putting this on my bed and changing baby right on it for diaper changes. Also, for times when I want my baby to go coverless, I can have them lay on this wool so that this is a water repellent barrier so that the bed or the couch or blanket, wherever they're laying on, doesn't get wet when I don't have a diaper cover on them. If you are curious to see how all these diapers work out for us, please subscribe and we'll be sharing that a few months from now. Up next, I need to start analyzing wool items. I've got a lot of wool with changing pads and diaper covers and diaper belts, so I better get to that before baby gets here. If you're planning to cloth diaper a newborn, please let me know in the comments what you're planning to have in your cloth diaper stash.